As it stands out today, we are on the precipice of the Bethesda STARFIELD Direct. There is a lot of things that I really need to get clarified and what I really need to see for this Direct. I know there's a lot of questions that's going on, what the quality of the game is going to be, what everything is going to be like after launch, what the thing is going to be with the microtransactions rumor that's going around. I'm pretty sure the microtransaction rumor is pretty much speculation at this point, but there is some credit to it in general because it's going to be in the creation club. But first off, what I truly want to see for the Bethesda STARFIELD Direct in general, I want to see what the new story trailer is going to be. Like, for me, for Starfield, this is what I want: story trailer, gameplay, anything extra, that's it. That's the bare bones. But if we want to get more technical with it, there's a lot of things that I also do want to see. And before that, we're going to look at the reveal trailer one more time. I know I go through this initially because we need a lot to do for comparisons. So let's go on over here and let's check this out right now, people. Okay, people, we're going to skip forward here. This is the initial Starfield Direct reveal. And going through this, there was a lot of misconceptions that came out. There was stuff we figured out later on. You know, there were some gameplay elements that we seen that we didn't have, you know, particularly enough development for. We saw mechanics like that. And the main issue, this is the very beginning of what people had there was telling me about, and I was going down doing research. Of course, the planets are going to be barren. I know everybody, you want to say the planets are going to be barren specifically, but listen, these planets here that's going around, there's some that are filled up with stuff, and then there's some that is not. They've already clarified that. You know, we have nothing to worry about. They can get expansive if they need to, and they have to be run down because, like they said, there's 1,000 planets in quotations. Like, there probably is over 1,000 planets, but that's computer-generated planets. There's going to be some that is going to be barren. You know, some resource development, so you can put some outposts and stuff. And there's going to be some that's full-fledged quest lines and stuff like that. You know, we see things here. We know the graphics are going to be slightly better than this. This has already been confirmed. They've had some updates since then. If you look around, there's some rumors that are going around right now that ID Software has overhauled the combat, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Like this in general, the wildlife and species, we're going to be seeing some new things that's coming out in the game. That is what people really want to see. We're going to see some new things like that. We're going to see some diversity. We're going to see some planet variation. We're going to see probably some like an ice ball planet. We'll probably see like what's main story planets are going on. We're going to see some machine run planets. You never know in these kind of things. But that's like the speculation of truly what's going to come out with this game. Mining, how, like this right here, mining laser, people had this, like how resource heavy are you gonna delve into this mining stuff? Because we know from Fallout and Elder Scrolls, there's a perk and stuff like that, you get more bonuses and stuff like that. We'll see more of the perk trees of what other items and stuff you can get. You know, research lab, stuff like that, people. And here is the main topic of continuing, like I brought up earlier. This right here, the combat. For any Elder Scrolls game or Bethesda game, Fallout style, the combat needs to be great. This in particular was a cause for concern from people. Like, this right now is just going, you know, there's some 60 FPS modes going around on videos, but we can't clarify that. I can care less. But you see, going on this initial version of the combat, you of course you need to see the standards of you crouching and stuff, but we're talking about gameplay and shooting. You see this? The shots have no damage. You don't see no oomph. They say it seems like it's cyberpunk style. You know, look at this. It's like, I can easily see why people don't like the combat based on this initial reveal, and I don't blame them for it. You know, we know for the future there's going to be mods to fix some of this, but not a lot of people mod games. Not a lot of people do. Like the base game, for me, when I play these kind of games, I play it bare bones, and go with that way. I don't play it on PC to fix mods. That's not what I do. I will double dip when I like the game. I will double dip if I like a game for PC. That's just how it is. That's how it's always going to be. You know, and like I said, the ID Software thing, those people made Doom, people. Doom gameplay is amazing. Amazing. Those guys are top tier. They know what they're really doing. If they added their talents to Starfield, that would be a really good idea. Like, come on, people. You see this right now. You see like the pop-ins coming out in the background. You see the LOD ship flying in. We know it's a script. Like these games like this run on those scripts server things. You know, you know what I'm talking about if you do Elder Scrolls mod, people. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you see like this. You see the grenade hubs. You see the grenades exploding and stuff. Like those are just pretty much standard issue with icons. They're probably gonna have some updated visuals, of course, decreased fidelity. And we're gonna see later on what happened in the other Todd interview when they did the initial reveal. We can see specifically how the graphics can update. Like this right here for contention. Like I want to know what's up with this watch. Like this whole crew right here. I really want to know what's about them. We're gonna see that's gonna come here. You know, we'll see more intricacies. Like you see the faces updated. We saw all this. It's been clarified, people. You gotta pay attention to some of these things. No, it seems like a lot of people say I'm saying a whole lot of it because I'm excited for the game. But when I do these videos, I do a lot of research in the background. It's always kind of hard for me to express myself just talking about it in general because I'm doing this off the cuff to get my raw reactions. I believe in raw reactions over dated content. I'm gonna have some of those things later on, but that's not what we're here for. We're probably going to see the initial relationship dialogue between characters because the dialogue system has not been fleshed out. In particular, you know, we had this video. I had a video come out months ago about the dialogue trees and what's coming out with this game. We're gonna see some. It's gonna be more Fallout-ish style and more, not as much Elder Scrolls style. It's gonna be more ish of Fallout, of probably Fallout 3 persuasion and stuff. Getting out your way of initial, you know, it's like initial. How do I put this? It's like. It's a new take on what they're doing. It's not as intricate and dysfunctional as the one in Oblivion. You have the persuasion wheel. You get your stealth skills and stuff up. You get your persuasion skills up. You can tell people what to do. It's like the Jedi mind trick kind of thing, like in Fall of Survivor. The loose ends and stuff like that. The amount of outcomes that's going to come with this game is going to be staggering. It is going to be staggering. At least I say so believe. Yeah, this right here. This is what I wanted to also touch upon. Are we going to have like major cutscenes and stuff for this game like they did for the other Fallout games? Are they going to, because they have the technology to do it now, but I don't know how fleshed out it's going to be. You know, like this, like the initial punch for these guns. It's not going to be, I know for a fact it's going to be better, but it's hard to pinpoint it of what you really see from this initial reveal. Because the initial reveal is a lot of misleading stuff, man. There's a lot of early footage. And, you know, after the backlash that came out for it, there's a lot of stuff they're going to change. Like planet hazards and stuff too. Like that's one thing they talked about like this. You see this little crystal planet. You know, we'll probably see it more later on. Character creation, we'll see a more fleshed out version of the character creation. We're probably gonna see the whole beginning of the part of the game, and then it's gonna stop. And then you're gonna see a bunch of highlights like they usually do. Unless they do something different. But this is just mostly gameplay aspects. You know, you'll see probably a better version of this. What specifically can you do with your crews going on from planet to planet? How much modding you can do for these planets and stuff like that, people. You know, shipbuilding. If you really like these kind of games, shipbuilding is like one of those off-brand mechanics you see like in a Yakuza game. You know what I mean? Like I played a lot of Yakuza, doing like the management kind of stuff. Can you buy and like can you make ships to sell them for profit? Is that a good hustle to get money? If you have like a good global market to sell your ships, it'll be something cool. Something incorporated into the game. If not, they can always mod it in there. Easy ways to make money. And as you see here, you're going to see a lot of different variations of ships. I guarantee there's probably different stealth kind of ships. I always say stealth. Like I wouldn't want to have a stealth ship. You know, just really, really cool. Like have a freaking invisible ship with big ass turrets and stuff. Can you man the turrets and stuff like that? Having like Star Trek, you know what I'm saying, people? It's really cool, man. I like just rambling and talk about the hype for Starfield. I could talk about this stuff for hours, man, because like I said, this could be my dream game. This truly could be my dream game. You know, I want a game that's like this and set in space. Not as intricate as story-driven like Mass Effect, but have the freedom to do stuff like this in a game. But have the story backing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have something superficial coming out with these kind of games that doesn't affect a lot of stuff. I want my choices to matter. And that brings me to my next point. How much choice do we truly have when it comes to these kind of games? Because, of course, you see back here, where is it at? There's a section in here, like this. There's a section right here. This is probably main story stuff. But how much choice? So, say like I approach, like my example on Twitter was this. I had a diagram where, are we going to have planet A, planet B, or planet C during quest design? How much choice? How much choice do we really have? The example I gave was, there's a prison planet. Like the quest is you get this planet from a beacon from a guy in a city. Oh, meet me here. I need help with this item. This is planet A. Will planet A be a prison planet? Because that's what the whole thing is. It's a prison. How does it start? Is it going to be prison planet on ice ball, lava ball, you know, or a barren desert, waterfall forest? Is it going to be a rundown prison in the middle of nowhere? That's A. How do you actually go within that to solve it? You know, there's a lot of things that goes into this. Like, oh, will I actually become a guard, help these people out, stop the uprising? Will I join the uprising of the prison riot? Will I actually don't do anything because I wasted my time? How will these things actually delve into the story? That mission is like, we know for a fact these quests will get expansive, but we don't know the inside depth of them. Or at least I don't. And I really, really want to do, man. I really, really, really want to know. And that brings me on to one more point to this game. Let's go full screen for this. I don't want to say there's a lot of talking. And then we'll go back to the initial reveal. Okay. This right here is another point of contention for a lot of people. You know, is the game going to be 60 FPS or 30 FPS? Me, I'm fine with 30 FPS for these kind of games. Not a lot of people are. You know, Redfall had a big bad disaster, and then Tears of the Kingdom is getting a lot of backlash. I don't see why Tears of the Kingdom is getting backlash for this. It's on a Tegra chip. It's on old hardware. They can get away with 30 FPS. But see people say, no, the hardware is not that great to get 60 FPS. It's not, people. It's like, that's not the point of contingency. But with Starfield, as stated by, you know, Tyler has said we're going to have quick updates, and it's stated by Phil Spencer in his recent interview. We're going to know where this game lies. In 60 FPS or 30 FPS. For me, there's inklings of 60 FPS for this game, but it's kind of hard to tell. It's extremely, extremely hard to tell with this, with the footage that's given now. There's a lot of, like, we'll look at the initial announcement for this, for the actual showcase, because that's the thing people really want to see. That right there is what's going to get a lot of people hyped, you know. Okay, this right here is what happened on the latest video footage of the reveal. This right here is like, it's kind of misleading, and it's kind of hard to tell if this thing is 60 FPS or not. This right here, this video was in 60 FPS. That's when it was uploaded. But you can upload a video of 60 FPS, but you can still see inklings of 30 in these videos. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can truly tell what's going to be in here. Like this right here. Like this is rendered in like 60 FPS. And of course I use this for my new intro. Check it out. Okay, you see things going in, you see this. But what I really want to talk about is what we see in the background behind Todd. Will this game have a 30 FPS mode or a 60 FPS mode? I'm okay with 30 FPS, but not a lot of people are okay with that, you know. And it's like, oh, it's behind the times gaming. You don't need that right now. But this, you see this back here? You see he's probably on Mars. It looks 30 FPS. You see him running and stuff like that. It's very good. It's very smooth. But in certain instances, the frame rate ups. It jumps. It truly jumps. Because you can see, look, come on, look at this back here. You see when he's jumping and running, the frame rate jumps up a couple frames. But is that enough to truly understand what's really going on here? No, it's not. It's hard to tell. And based on what Todd is saying, we can truly believe that they're actually coming out and doing something really good with the game. You know, that's what I want to believe, you know. But see this looks back here, looks 30. This here is a good shot, but it's hard to tell. See, that looks 30 FPS to me. It really does. This is the best a Bethesda game has ever looked with their new technology, because they're going for more realism. This here, solid enough, but truly hard to tell. You see that right there? Look in the background. We're going to see inklings of 30 FPS in the background. But at the end of the day, man, I'm truly fine with whatever they do with the game to begin with. But to the average person, there needs to be a lot to show for this Starfield showcase, man. This is just me rambling on. This is just the off-the-cuff video. I just want to talk about the game, you know. Like it or not, it's probably hard for me to understand because this is literally, I'm not scripting anything. You know what I mean? Starfield has a lot of pressure. It needs to show out at this showcase. It has to, you know. I'm gonna like it regardless, but I'm biased. These kind of games I love. The average person isn't, you know, and I'm not gonna justify them. If something's wrong with it, I will talk about what's wrong with it. Like, period. I'm not gonna show my bias, even though, you know, like I said, I'm biased against these things. You know, they have a lot to do to show for this game, man, and I'm just looking forward to it, people. All right, y'all. If you understood anything I've said on this, or you just want to hear me ramble about bullshit, it is what it is, people. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, peace, and for some more gaming content.